What's up, YouTube? So I got another project for my airsoft thing. So here's my plate carrier, my kind of the heart of my loadout. One problem is that it's extremely floppy, and it sucks. Like, it's not working at all for me. It doesn't have the rigidity, it doesn't hang right, and it kind of makes it more obvious that I'm a noob. So, I have this idea. I had some of these foam pieces left over from my toolbox organization project and my power tool organizer project. It's called Kaizen Foam, and it's pretty easy to like cut, and it's in, I don't know if you can see it, but it's in these pretty cool layers. There's like 6 layers, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a dummy sappy plate out of those. I think I'm going to use this larger, thinner section. I think I'm going to use this instead. I really don't want it to be too bulky, and I don't want it to be too warm, so I'm going to try with the thin one first, and I have a whole brand new sheet of the thicker stuff if I need to. This is nearly an inch thick, so it's going to be pretty darn close to what I believe a real sappy plate, or one of the current dummy models, at 2.5 centimeters. Typically that's just under an inch, so I'm going to try one of these guys. So I'm going to put it in my Condor plate carrier here. Just going to adjust this guy down. So I'm just going to pop this open and slide it in there, and first I'm going to take some rough measurements and see if I can get it to contour perfectly in there. Might try a piece of cardboard first before I go cutting one of these guys up. So yeah, that is that's what I'm going to do, and I'll kind of video a little progress as I go. Alright, so I got a piece of cardboard kind of cut out the shape I'm looking for. I'm just going to trace around it with this guy. Give me an idea. I'm just going to take a Sharpie, I'm just going to kind of go across here, across over there. Alright, so that's a little big, but I'm going to cut it out with my little knife here real quick and just kind of see how it fits in and make adjustments and trim it before I go cutting into the expensive stuff. Doesn't have to be perfect, just close. Alright, so that is my rough template. Let's see how that fits. So I'm going to have to fold it a little more than I thought I was going to. It doesn't seem to want to go all the way up in there. Holy cow, that actually firms that up quite a bit. Maybe let's just use a couple pieces of cardboard. So it looks like it's jamming up on the sides here. Okay, that's up there pretty good. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to tweak my template a little bit off camera and kind of figure out what I'm going to do down here, getting it into the wing, and then I'll show you the final template. Alright, so I've got the completed template kind of trimmed out here and squished to fit in the vest, and now I'm going to attempt to cut the smaller piece and see how many I can get out of this. I think I can get at least 2 or 3 if I'm careful. Yeah, I should be able to get a couple at least. Probably only 2. Alright, so I'm just going to kind of go around this real quick. And so, since this is inside the vest, I really don't care how good the cut is. I really don't care at all. It's just gonna, no one's gonna see it. Although I kind of had an idea of if the thicker stuff worked instead of this size, I could actually lay like extra mags in and stuff like that, and maybe some tools. So the plate carrier, that's what this is for. Is it's for a toolbox to organize your tools and stuff. And I figured, you know what, I could probably use this somehow on the field if I needed to. First thing, I gotta get it to fit, and then I can figure out if I can move up to the thicker stuff, and maybe put like a mag in here and just kind of set it in there. It holds stuff real well, but I don't want to make the plate carrier too firm or have too much stuff and make it hard to move around. So, all right, so I'm going to cut this out. Try not to bore you guys. Now, this Kaizen Foam is awesome stuff. I really like the company, and they're great for any kind of tool organization, or obviously this kind of stuff. When you rip the top layer off, it leaves like a white imprint of the tool. It's kind of cool, so you know what's missing. I'm not the most organized person in the world, so okay, right away we got a thickness issue here. I could peel back a layer or two. They're made in layers. But I think I'm going to try to muscle it in there. Alright, I'm going to do this off camera because I'm expecting this is going to take a lot of trial fitting. So that actually fit great. I mean, I was off camera like 10 seconds. Fit in there good. Put the strap on. Put it up. Nice and rigid, yet, you know, really soft. So I can move around with it. I mean, yeah, it's kind of milsim-ish, but obviously it's not like anywhere near as rigid as the real one probably. So it'll do though. I think I'm gonna like that. So now I'll check out the back one. Yeah, so the back one is shaped a little differently, so I'm going to have to do a template for the back too. So I'm going to grab another piece of cardboard and we can work on the rear temp. Alright, so I got my rear dummy plate set up and test fitted, and it's good to go. So now I'm going to see if I have enough room. On this guy I should have enough. Hell yeah, I'm good. Okay, you guys can't see anything, can you? Alright, so I have enough, and I'm just going to trace this out, and then I'll cut it out and put it in the carrier, and I'll show you guys the finished product. Alright, so here is the plate carrier, all done. Stands up on its own pretty well. Those little foam pads do quite a bit to keep that a lot more rigid. Yeah, it's still flexible and kind of breathable. It's not too hot. This is the material. Just kind of soaked it in water before. to see how bad it absorbed, and it was really nothing at all. I don't know if you'd call this closed cell. I don't think it's closed cell foam, but it was great. I mean, it doesn't retain water. I don't think it's going to be an issue with sweat. Definitely is a little bit warmer with this breathable mesh, which is one of the great things about the Condor plate carrier. But yeah, it's definitely a little warmer now. But they fit in really good, the front and the back. They keep it nice and rigid. It'll stand up on its own, which is kind of a nice test, I suppose, to see if, whereas before, it would not do that whatsoever. So yeah, so now I think I'm getting closer to ready for airsoft. I only kind of run around back here. I haven't really gone to any big games or anything yet. But I will. It's just a matter of slowly getting the gear together. It's not a major priority for me. It's just kind of at-home practice, cheaper, you know, than 5.56 ammo, and it's cheaper than driving to the range. So that's kind of the whole reason I got into it. And I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to shooting some people with an airsoft gun. Yeah, that holds up nicely. If you guys have any questions, drop it in the comment or shoot me an email or whatnot, whatever. I'll do my best to answer any questions that you might have. But thanks a lot for watching, and hopefully I'll bring a review of a G&P Magpul M4 here soon. It's supposed to be here Saturday. It didn't come. I'm kind of looking for it today. So that'll be really cool to throw another AEG on the mix here. But yeah, thanks again.